Chapter 2 Season 2, one of the seasons that's widely regarded to be the best seasons among everything that's happened in Chapter 2 so far, and especially with the newer seasons like Season 5 and Season 6 being a little bit lackluster in some people's opinions. There's a lot of talk going back to Chapter 2 Season 2. Why can't Epic do the same types of things? Chapter 2 Season 2 was fantastic, and I'm not here to dispute that, anything like that. That was actually one of my favorite seasons in the entirety of Fortnite, let alone just Chapter 2. We saw weekly updates, not necessarily weekly, but we saw awesome updates filled with awesome content. We had weekly storyline progression, some awesome skins, an amazing battle pass, the whole Ghost versus Shadow thing. There was something always to keep all the players interested into the game. We saw not only the one crazy live event that was incredibly story heavy and was just absolutely fantastic, we also had a concert with the Travis Scott event, but don't get me even started on the loot pool and the new POIs and stuff. I could go on forever about why that season was so great, but there was one thing that stood out to me, and it's not talked about enough in my opinion, and that is the tsunami storm that we saw at the end of the season. So after an amazing live event, the device event, it's unfortunate if you didn't watch it because it was one of the best live events in my opinion. Every live event, so when one ended, there would be like a little minor change to the map or something like that. But the big storyline heavy events, I'm thinking like the first thing I can think of is the mech versus monster live event that everybody loved, or the volcano event with Tilt getting destroyed and stuff like that. There were changes, but nothing was as game changing as the tsunami storm. I'm gonna call it the tsunami storm. People called it the big wave. Everything. It had a bunch of different names, but this thing was so incredibly game-changing. I can't believe that people don't talk about it enough. Like, people praise Chapter 2 Season 2 constantly, and especially now more than ever because these new seasons, a lot of people haven't, necessarily enjoyed nearly as much. That storm was incredible. It was so game-changing. Not only, the biggest thing for me, too, and it's really cool that it was game-changing and everything, but man, that was absolutely stunning to look at, especially in the end game when you were just crowded by this giant tsunami, not a storm. The reflections it had off the land and everything like that, it was so incredible. I actually spent so much time just sitting there and just watching it. Just watching this incredible thing that Epic Games did. It was so cool. And that's just visually. That's what I cared about the most, to be honest, but it made the gameplay so much different. It was so different getting caught in the storm. It was so deadly. The waves would push you out. You could actually swim. Remember in the Travis Scott event when people were like, hey, I can swim, but not everyone could swim. I couldn't swim when I was in there. But that's what they were doing. They were testing the water. We didn't know it at the time, but that's what was happening. We actually had it's a different kind of swimming. You could swim up to the top. We did so many crazy things with the tsunami storm. We tested it with all this stuff, like sky bases over top of the tsunami storm. Having that storm change made Fortnite feel so fresh, and it's just a tragedy that it hasn't been. What would we have it for? Like a couple days? Something like that. It was supposed to be for a couple weeks. If you don't remember, the live event kept getting delayed because of the issues going on in the real world. The pandemic just began. It was crazy. It sucked at the time for the season to get delayed, but I was like, man, if we could have had this for a couple weeks, that would have been incredible. And I think it's a shame that I'm sure it took a ton of development time to come up with something like that because it was brand new and never done before. It's just a little bit of a shame to me that we've only got to play with that for a couple days, and man, did I have so much fun in those couple days. I miss the tsunami storm so much. I can't believe more people aren't talking about it. So I want to ask you today, I want to get your opinions on this. Do you think that storm could possibly return one day? I don't necessarily think that it will, but it is some wasted potential with all the development time that they did. They could always add it to creative, but that would kind of take away from what they did in the actual Battle Royale map. It would kind of take away from the storyline. That's just my perspective on it, but I'm sure it'll come eventually one day, years down the road maybe, because apparently creative is going to be Fortnite's goal. They're going to end up not supporting Battle Royale as much, kind of like what they're doing is Save the World. The creative is going to be their main game. You could see some progression in the storyline. Midas could always get back at it. We don't know where Midas is. A lot of people think he's dead, but he's definitely not dead. We've even seen Midas come back in the different forms, different snapshots. We don't know that Midas could just get back at it, make another device, and the same type of thing can happen. Agent Jonesy can try and stop them, but then again, Agent Jonesy isn't really there, so maybe Dr. Sloan or something like that. There's so many different things you could do. Midas could just get back at it. They can always have, if the storm tries to be broken again, even by the 7, you could just see if that would work again. We could get that for a couple days or even a couple weeks, or maybe a little bit of a change, maybe an even bigger wave, maybe a stronger wave, something a little bit different. It doesn't even have to necessarily, it could be like the Kevin water. Remember in the Chapter 2 Season 1 trailer where the purple water was kind of everywhere? We didn't really get that, or you could have slurp water, anything like that. They wrote the blueprint for it. You could change it. You could bring it back in such a different capacity. But I think you could copy and paste it, to be honest. We didn't get enough playtime with it. You could always have Midas get back at it, have another device event. I made a whole Fortnite storyline, like, season type thing where Midas gets back at it. I didn't have the Tsunami Storm coming back, but you could just make it return. People love the Midas storyline. People love Chapter 2 Season 2 storyline. You could go back to that and people would be so happy. I'm telling you right now, it's just sad. It's just wasted potential. So I want to know what you think. Do you think it can come back? Another thing that they could always do is make it into an LTM. That I can actually see Fortnite doing. Making that storm into an LTM, man, I would play that nonstop. I think that's most likely if it ever were to return, but I do not think it will ever come back. So I want to know what you guys think. I just wanted to shed some light on this. I wanted to make a video about this for a long time, but other things keep getting in the way. It's just, I missed that storm a lot. I had so much fun playing with it. I think it's actually one of the greatest things that Fortnite ever added, or Epic Games ever added into Fortnite. Nobody's talking about it because I wanted to make a video about this because everyone's talking about Chapter 2 Season 2 and what they miss from it. But man, nobody's talking about the Tsunami Storm because, again, not even everybody played it because, again, it was only in for a couple days. So did you like it when it was in the map, or is it just me? Again, the biggest thing for me, it was just so visually pleasing. I just loved it so much. It was incredible. But guys, again, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think down below. Comment down below. Do you think that it'll come back? Did you like it when it was in the game? I want to know everything. I want to hear your opinions on it. Why did you love Chapter 2 Season 2, and what could Epic do to even make this game kind of like this? So again, comment down below, let me know, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting the like button. It would help out the channel a ton, and subscribe if you'd like to see more Fortnite and Smash Bros content. A couple more things to plug. I have another channel. It's called Talking Fights with Kyle. If you like UFC, MMA, any of that stuff, feel free to go check it out. So the link for that will be in the description down below. It's in a whole nother channel. Want to keep them completely separate. A couple more things. I have a supporter creator code. If you'd like to support me in the item shop, my code is Clen-GoKo, hashtag AdIMA, hashtag Epic Partner. Lastly, I have a TikTok, all lowercase letters, Clen_YT. If you want to check out some awesome Fortnite clips, I post some absolute bangers there. So feel free to go check me out. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment. Take care.